It's expedition exam time for the demons, and so Erdome Diddy John has a quest for his students to embark upon. The group has 10 days to locate the Great Spirit Forest, with only vague rumors to guide their way and a hint to watch out for fog, which may contain some helpful Titi spirits. Not long into their search, Anyos stumbles across a mysterious girl being beaten by some thugs, who are laughed off stage, quite literally, before the stranger makes her case. Dazed, confused, and amnesiac, the masked maiden knows two things for sure: she must get to a hearthorn, and the Titi spirits come out to play during an eclipse. Refusing to wait 9 whole days for a natural occurrence, Anyos takes matters into his own hands with Igunias, creating the perfect conditions for the comedy-seeking cuties. Even though the Titi are most likely to respond to cutting-edge paraphernalia, Misha believes a joke is in order. Too bad this group doesn't have a comedic bone to share between them. After several failed attempts, the mischievous spirits eventually show their faces when the Anyos fan union arrive, each with a club of Anasu in tow, which the Titi found hilarious. The supernatural critters immediately recognize the demon king of tyranny and declare that Lena also looks familiar. However, her doppelganger has apparently already passed away at some undetermined point in the last 2,000 years. Interestingly enough, they identify Misa as a child of the great spirit Leno. She has that distinctive scent, but clam up the moment her mysterious father gets mentioned, as the spirit king demands that remains a secret. Furthermore, the Titi appears to have no recollection of Shin Reglia, who would not have willingly left Leno's side, but they do know where the Demon King's first batch of subordinates tend to hang out and are willing to lead the way. It comes as a surprise to most that a spirit school is hidden within the depths of the forest, although it is quite evident that Lena is quite comfortable in the familiar surroundings, and is even beginning to regain some memories. The minute the school bell rings, she calls out the arboreal teacher's name before he even appears, and is allegedly no stranger to the hidden wolf Genal, either. Anyos and his squad are joined by the 4 elite royals, who are making another move at dethroning the demon king of tyranny, while Erdome Diddy John remains conveniently out of sight. The Scarlet Monument King, Gilisirus Dello, accompanied by the King of Curses, Kai Hylam Yistye, and the King of Netherworld, Ijaz Code, fill up the remaining seats, and it seems like they are in for the long haul, as nobody is permitted to leave the facility, or meet the Spirit King, until they graduate with top-notch marks. As usual, Anyos is highly confident in his study methods, and ups the ante by requesting one intense, condensed examination, as opposed to 3 smaller ones, and proceeds to make a bet with Gilisirus Dello regarding their results. If all of Anyos' subordinates pass with flying colors, the Scarlet Monument King must reveal his master's identity. However, if they fail, Anyos' source is up for grabs. To prepare for the big day, which is only a week away, the group heads off to the breathtaking forest of books to read up on everything they can about spirits, which takes Anyos about 5 seconds, while poor Misha only got halfway through the library's contents in that time. The others, however, will have to put in a great deal of effort and do things laboriously, but at least the Demon King of Tyranny is willing to help out wherever he can. After their intense study sessions, test day arrives, and, from what Anyos can tell, the troop should have no issues answering the simple questions. However, he is utterly shocked to see them all completely perplexed. Smelling a rat, Anyos questions Gilisirus' trustworthiness after concluding that the test papers had been tampered with. However, he has no proof to work with. Sensing that his subordinates are doomed, Anyos decides that it is time to pull out the big guns and brings Venuzdanoa, the abolisher of reason, into the game to do some meddling of his own. Now that the very fabric of logic has been disrupted, all of Anyos' team receive a 100% pass rate, while the royals technically fail. Impossible, considering the circumstances. The outraged King Gilisirus goes through the students' marked exams himself, while the great education tree and I-Union makes lame excuses for each correct award. However, when one answer, assumedly Zeshia's, simply reads "I don't know," Venuzdanoa's influence is revealed. Anyos proceeds to prove that the question papers were indeed altered and also gets confirmation regarding the Spirit King's authority over Gilisirus. The group continues on their quest to meet with the Spirit King as they begin the final blow with the source-destroying G-Novs, leaving the path towards the Spirit King unobstructed. Don't forget to watch the game-changing end credit scene, which delivers the mind-blowing identity of Ava Stilhevia, who Misa, or rather, Ava Stilhevia, is set on creating a supremacist realm of royals. Strange, considering her own hybrid lineage, which will likely get conveniently ignored. Interestingly enough, even though she is part spirit, Avis has demonic eyes of destruction, which are generally reserved for purebloods. The dangers that Misa previously faced were all a part of the grand plan to kickstart Ava's true form and unleash her powers, while Lei unwittingly also had a role to play in Ava's existence, as he essentially created the false demon king of tyranny Rumor in the first place. That being said, rumors may empower spirits significantly, but they can also be their greatest downfall. If people's faith wavers, so does the corresponding spirit's life force. Anyos plans to destroy Avis by proving his authenticity as the true demon king of tyranny while attempting to somehow save Misa, who will likely suffer from the deadly spirit disease if the rumors regarding Avis suddenly vanish. Before they can make any headway, Union entraps everyone in his extra-class cocoon and attempts to begin another lecture, but this time around, Anyos isn't up for mind games and resorts to violence to escape. They proceed to run into Nigit, Anyos' subordinate from 2 centuries ago, who promptly attacks his former master to steal his source. However, the dashing Aegis code intervenes and takes over the fight, granting Anyos and his team an escape opening. It doesn't take long for the group to find Lena, whom Aegis had just saved from the hidden wolf, and the tithe is subsequently called upon to assist everyone out of the spirit school building. The adorable spirits are surprisingly hesitant to help, as they were warned to inhibit Avis' escape. Luckily their determination to protect Leno's child is of greater importance, so the party gets teleported to safety and comes face to face with a familiar demon. Elio Lute Owl, who previously led Midhay's forces in the battle between Ashen and Dilhade, emerges from Delsgate and is astonishingly an undercover loyalist to the true king. He explains that the city has been placed under Demara's spell, which forces Avis will onto all the residents like a foolproof brainwashing technique. To make matters worse, the spell also has a magic power absorption effect that is brutal on hybrid demons in particular, while anyone below the royal standards also gets targeted. This seems like the perfect time for Anyos to check up on his human parents. Meanwhile, Amelia, the former royalist teacher, gets a taste of her own discriminatory medicine as she is beaten to a pulp purely because of her current hybrid blood. Her magic is painfully absorbed by the tyrants surrounding her and it looks like the end of the line until Isabella and Gusta suddenly come to the rescue. Well, they try. Before more innocent blood gets shed, Anyos arrives and instantly dominates, stringing the enemy up before dismembering them into 100 pieces, leaving a pretty cool firework effect in the sky. Anyos uses Alto on the wounded to heal their injuries before inviting everyone back to the Voldigod household, even the deplorable Amelia, who has seemingly learned her lesson. Being a spirit, Avis cannot benefit from anything outside of the lore, which Anyos plans to use to his advantage. Although the false king has taken ownership of Delsgate thanks to the rumors, she has no authority over the basement, which Anyos added to the castle after being reincarnated, to house his horde of children. With their strategy established, the Anyos fan union remains behind to safeguard the parents, while the others mission off to the iconic castle's undisclosed substructure. I appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel and help me reach 1,000 subscribers. Let me know in the comments about your favorite anime.